This is the moment we've been waiting for. Semi-final number 2 is just getting underway. Gabriel Medina, former world champ, former event champ, taking on John Florence as a battle for the Jeep yellow jersey continues. We've got this new school rivalry just getting underway, and looks like Florence wants to get started. Slams on the brakes, stalls into the pit, comes out with the spin, and he'll take off with the lead. What a great matchup on paper. How's this one going to play out in the semifinal?
Well, nice little pump right there, very difficult to do. Comes out nice and clean and decides to kick straight on out, but look at this, perfect waves here today at Chopu. And John Florence is just having an absolute heyday, as is Gabriel Medina. Medina as well, up and riding really quickly, driving through the barrel. Is he going to come out of this one? Of course he does.
Sortie starting off with a shootout. There's that angle in for Medina.
Yeah, just beautiful positioning from Gabriel Medina. It comes out nice and deep.
Amazing kick out right there.
People would pay big bucks to be able to surf like John Florence.
He's still going onto the lip. He slams on the brakes. Nice positioning for Florence. He gets blown out again with his signature kick out, head down.
Wave number 3 slides into the barrel. Deep. Is he coming out? He comes out with the spit. Perfect timing there for John Florence. Let's have a look at this. Absolutely perfect right now. There's not much you can really say about that except, wow, quarterfinal action, but not this time, Joe.
Now making a move deep on the reef. Medina sets his pace. Big pump to drive through a heavy section, and he gets clipped on the way out to take the lead. Let's have a look at Medina here.
Yeah, look how he sort of took off, faded, and now he's driving through the section, up and over the foam ball, comes out with the spit, but unfortunately not able to hang on. Excuse me. Let's have a look and see what happened right here. Gabriel Medina driving high, gets nice and low, pulls up nice and tight, up and over the foam ball. The wave unloads, and Medina just gets clipped by that lip.
You get me assessment of both of them, John Florence and Gabe Medina.
Well, there goes John right now. They're both just gnarly. That's my assessment.
Both gnarly.
Both gnarly. I mean, Gabriel's, arguably the best competitor we have on tour. As good as pretty much anyone as a competitor.
Or will Florence make his first final of his career in Tahiti? Back to replays. Florence is staying busy.
Oh, that he is. I mean, how was that sort of bottom turn under the lip rail grab into the barrel? You heard Kelly talk about the fact that this kid is probably one of the most naturally talented surfers on earth, and this is why. Have a look at that. Drives up through the barrel. Now he grabs the rail, comes out nice and clean, and then just goes for broke through that inside section. So looking to improve on a 7.50. It doesn't look like he's going to do that.
In his quarterfinal matchup with Julian Wilson, which was extra dramatic, Florence locks in, pulls in nice and tight. He's going to travel over the foam ball, but he's body surfing without his board. A radical exit, and he's paddling right over. So this opens this up for John Florence to take off deep behind the section. An absolute cavern. He gets blown out. Short barrel ride, but he had so much room to move. Big flyaway rotation out the back for Florence.
He knows Gabriel Medina, very busy surfer. Here we go, big bomb out the back.
Gabriel Medina looking to answer. Nice deep in his positioning. Nice and easy. Packs it. Stands tall. Low road exit. Big hack off the lip. Another big combination for the former champion here at Chopu.
Let's have a look from the channel as he drives off the bottom. Slowed himself down. Nice and tight right there. Big open wide barrel on that end section. And then hooks into a beautiful turn. So Gabriel Medina, realizing that he's got to keep up with John, who is absolute on a tear right now. This is one of those West Bowls. Big, wide open tube ride for John. And I like this. He's starting to have a bit of fun, Joe. He's starting to mix it up. We're going to see maybe some aerial maneuvers. Look at that, up and over the foam ball. Critical stuff right there from the surfer in blue. Touted as one of the most naturally talented.
Right into lower trestles a few years back now. While we were away, John got another wave, Potts.
Oh, my goodness. John Florence, oh, got spat out. I didn't think it was almost like he didn't think he was going to make that, and he wasn't prepared. Let's have a look. Driving, no grab on this occasion as he drives through. He knew he needed to keep that board pumping, and right there does a semi-wheelie coming out of the barrel, just losing it a little bit off the tail, and goes down. 3.53 could quite easily have been our first 10 of semi-final number 2, but not to be. Let's have a look at the drone footage here as John drives through that section and just comes out leaning a little bit too far back. So unfortunate right there. That could have been a seal the deal wave for John Florence, but leaves the door open now. The reason why John's so focused at the moment. Have a look at this.
A solid one for Medina. The bottom drops out. He is in an absolute cave. He gets blown out, and that felt amazing for the former world champ. An absolute bomb to lock into here in the second semifinal. John's on the next one. Late takeoff, survives it. This one's wide open. These guys are feeling the moment. He puts both hands straight up, and we've got a battle for the final putts.
John, his wave maybe not quite as perfect. Let's have a look. Medina falls out of the sky, driving through the section right here, comes out. That wave regurgitates as Medina gets spat out. Good, solid wave. Probably one of the biggest waves we've seen today. Gabriel Medina standing tall as he comes out of that one. And a traditional flyaway kick out here at Chopu. John, a late drop, wave on his shoulders, pulls in deep and gets spat out as well. Well, I'd give them both 10s, but that's me. Am I getting too excited? Absolutely.
I don't think so, Potts. The excitement level is through the roof from the channel to our competitors in the lineup. This is why John and Gabriel were dreaming of qualifying.
They were both perfect 10s.
Medina uses priority for another effort. Nice and deep. This one's going to let him out after the spits. Now these guys are starting to have some fun. Medina just got a 10. Will it happen again?
Well, let's have a look at this. Beautiful conditions. I mean, how buttery are the conditions? Absolutely just light offshore winds. Medina comes flying out of that one. He's trying to better a 9.23, driving through this tube right here. It unloads and Medina comes out after, so there's no way he could have been any deeper on that.
John has priority. Late takeoff down to the bottom. Florence nice and deep. He comes out. Hands up from Florence. He wants to score. He doesn't want this to be the third year in a row. He loses by such a small margin. He has got a 19.2 total.
Now look at this takeoff. John is upside down under the lip. The ability to grab the rail, pull that board up and under, that's why he threw the arms up. And this kid doesn't claim unless something feels amazing. Look at that, under the lip. I mean, there's probably 2 guys on the planet that can do it, and one of them's John Florence. The other one's waiting in the finals for whoever wins this heat. Incredible stuff. Look at that, upside down. They grab the rail, pull that rail up and under the curtain. I mean, that is just as good as it gets right there. Maybe not the wave.
And it's about to be official. John Florence gets his chance for a rematch against Medina. You can tell how much it means to him. It's official. You're looking at the man on top of the Jeep leaderboard. He'll be wearing yellow at lower trestles, but before that, he's going to get a matchup with 11-time world champ Kelly Slater in the final here at Chopo.